Hi everybody, it's Sam at Mixed Up Craft. Thank you for watching my tutorial today. This one is a smaller version of the Squashed Orb Gift Box or hanging ornament, however you wanted to use it. Now this one has come from one of my lovely subscribers called Irene George, and she commented on the larger one, and I'll share those links for you, and she just said, oh, I love this, it would look really nice as a smaller version, and she makes her own potpourri. And I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. So I told her, I said, oh, I might have to pinch that one. So I recently purchased this from X Cuts, and basically it's a hole punch, and it allows you to just hole punch all over a surface area rather than just being restricted to, you know, like a normal stationary hole punch. And basically I've come up with this. So this is the smaller of the Squashed Orb. And inside here, I have the smell of Christmas. So this one's actually hanging in my craft room because I want this for just all year round. And the smell that it is giving out is absolutely amazing. I wish we had, you know, smell-o-vision and stuff. But I'll show you all what I'm going to put in the next one. And I've left this one open because obviously I can change the smells, or when they, you know, start to, you know, fade, I can re-oil them and stuff. So this is it. So it's gorgeous, really, really cute. This one measures... oh, I've put my mat over the wrong side. What am I looking at here? Let me just grab my ruler. This one is roughly 5 by 5. So it's a really, really cute size, and it looks lovely. Like I said, I've got it hanging near my door, so every time I walk in my craft room, I get this lovely, lovely scent. So let's crack on and make it. So this one is going to be a Christmas themed because I want this one to be hanging probably around near the tree. Maybe not on the tree, but around that area. So like I said, this is the hole punch, and I'm going to show you how to use that in a minute, and I'll share the links to where I purchased it. I believe it was $9.99, and that was about 3 weeks ago now. It's brilliant. In the top here, oh, I don't want to, I've not long done my nails. Inside there are 3 more different size punches as well, so you can change it. So you are going to need for this one 2 pieces. So it needs to be 8 1/4 by 8. Apologies, so remember I put the tab on this side. It's an 8 by 8 square, but you need a tab on one side. So 8 1/4 by 8, 2 pieces, and then just some ribbon. So it is 5 3/4, so 10, just say 12, and then you've got it then. Okay, so I'll go through all the scoring and everything for this one, and then those of you who've already made the larger squashed one, you can just crack on, and you probably know what you're doing. But for those of you that are newly subscribed, and this one is the first time you're seeing it, here's how we make it. So first of all, scoring along the 8 1/4 inch side, you want to score at, what I might do actually is turn this over just so you can see those score lines better. So you're going to score at 2, at 4, at 6, and at 8. And that's along that 8 1/4 inch side. Then rotate it onto the 8 inch side, and again you're going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, repeat that on the second piece that you've got, and then get rid of your scoreboard, but keep your little tool there. And then, oh, apologies, I just threw my scoreboard on the floor. Probably going to drop it again in a minute, actually. There we go, right. So again, I'm going to flip this over just so you can see the score lines much better. So you want to have the 8 1/4 inch side this way, and then first of all, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be doing some extra scoring within the middle 2 strips here. So you've got the 2 outer ones, they're going to stay as they are. We're just going to be focusing on the inside ones here. So what you want to do is put your ruler, don't line it up to the edge there, just line it up to the corner of where that tab kind of score line is there. And you should have a 2 inch square here, which is what we've obviously scored. You just want to put a little indent or a pencil mark at 1 inch. Okay, do that on the first square, then miss a square. What I'll do is I'll just grab a pencil just so you can see, because you're not going to see any of this, so I'll just put a little marker there. Okay, that's at the 1 inch. Then miss this square, come along to this one here, and again just do a little marker there at 1/2 inch. Then miss this score line, come down to this score line, and again you just want to do 1 inch, and but then you're going to score I'm going to use the thinner. So on this particular Stampin' Up scoreboard, you've got a thicker end and a thinner end. Because it's small squares, I'm going to use the thinner end. And you just want to pop your stylus down first. This is always key with a lot of these boxes that I'm making, because some people are saying, you know, they've maybe struggled because they haven't been able to get their lines exact. Always put your stylus down first and then put the ruler up next to it. So pop the stylus down in the middle of that little halfway marker there. Then line your ruler up and line it up so it's just coming up to the corner of that square. We're just going to score down like so. So if I just bring this up, get my focus, there we go. So you can just see now I've just scored from there down to the bottom right hand side of this 2x2 square. Okay, and we're just forming a little triangle. And as I mentioned with the larger Squashed Orb box, it basically is just evolved from the orb tree decoration, and all I've done is removed the middle panel, because on those ones you have 5 strips. So this has got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one's got 5. So the one in the middle, I've just taken it out, and it's created this new look. So it looks great. Then go along to the next one again. Put your stylus down in the middle, and then just score down to that corner and to that one. Okay, so you can see again there, it's kind of drawn a bit of the pencil, it's like drag the pencil mark, but you can see there the 2 triangles that I've scored. Then rotate it round and do the same with the other 2 there. So again, just bring it down so they all meet those corners. Make sure you've got a nice soft surface. As I always say, I've got this nice big craft mat, so it's perfect for these kind of things. And by getting this point to point perfect, it will just make it so easy when it all folds, because everything like this, it just kind of folds into place. So you want to be making sure that these points, look, they're perfect, they've got to join exact, and that will give you a nice finish. Okay, so now what we want to do is grab some scissors. Okay, and then just burnish all of your score lines. So just carefully, I'm just going to use my finger for this. Do you know, I haven't actually used my bone tool for ages. I think I just tend to really use it if I'm using the craft card, which is obviously much thicker, but I've stopped using it. I just thought about that now. I can't remember the last time I did take it out. Obviously it depends on what you're using and stuff, so. And then that last little tab there on the end. Like so. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut out the squares above each triangle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to remove those squares completely. So you just want to cut down and just cut away the score lines that you have done. So on that one there, see, I'm just cutting to the right hand side. So I'm actually, all that score line is on this piece which we're removing, and then on that piece you haven't got any, because that's going to be either the base or the top, so you don't need to see all that. And again, just cut nice and neatly along there. Like so. And go along to this next one. So again, just removing that whole piece there. And again, oh, gone a little bit crooked there. Never mind. This would be my bottom. I always say decide which side, but if you've made a slight little, I mean, you might not see it, you might not even notice it, but this would be hidden away underneath, so you won't see it. Okay, so that's that one. Then rotate it around, and again, you're going to remove this one and this one. So again, exactly the same process. That's all of that. So now's the fun bit of using this tool. Now you do need one of these mats, these, oh, what's the word? I thought of it, self-healing mat. So basically it just won't, you won't see any of the holes that it will leave. They all just kind of fill themselves in over time. So also decide on what is going to be, so you need to repeat all what we've just done there on that second piece, and then you will have like this. And now we're going to add all the holes. So you just want to decide what is going to be your top and your bottom. And I know I said that, I think it's that one there. It's just a little bit crooked. So I'm going to keep it this way up. So you have to have both of them the same. So if you decide that this one's your bottom and the tab's on the left, then the next one also has to be the tab on the left. You don't want to have one like that and one like that, because you'll have the tabs joining and that's wrong. So just decide, make sure you do it on both. So this is going to be my bottom, this is going to be my top. So all I want to do is on the top ones, you can eyeball it if you want, but we'll just do it this way just so that people will know if they're not confident. So all I'm doing there is I've just done a quick pencil mark on each one at the halfway mark. So at 1 inch on that 2-inch box, and then at 5 inches there on that 2-inch box. Okay, and then I'm just going to do a quick line, and like so, and then rotate it, and again just mark the halfway mark here. And all this is just to give you a little gauge of where the center is, because you're going to create a little cross on each one. And then what we're going to do is hole punch right through the middle of that, and then you know that that's the top bit, so we can feed through our ribbon. So now I just randomly just put a load of holes in it. So I'll just show you literally very easily. Try and get it in the camera there, so if I come down here you can see. So I'm just going to do do one there. You just push down and straight away it just creates a hole. It does spin the paper around a little bit, but it's actually quite fun, and it's now enabled me to be able to do some really, really fun ideas with projects, because a few I've thought, oh, I'd love to do that, but I need to be able to, you know, put a hole in the middle, or now I can. But, you know, look at it, it's just really quite fun. So, like I said, there are different size holes, so if you want smaller ones or bigger ones, you can do whatever you like. You do have to put a bit of force into it, so again, you know, take that into account if you're maybe someone who's not able to, you know, do these kind of things. Then, you know, I will say I am putting quite a bit of effort into doing this, so you know, I'd hate for you to get it and then not be able to use it, so just take that into account. And then with these two with the crosses, just right in the middle there, put one of the holes, and then on another one here. There we go. Okay, so now we just need to burnish these triangles. So let me just so turn it over, and you want to fold it. So I'm just seeing that one there. You want to fold it over like so. And then again on that next side, just carefully. You can see there, just make sure it meets right down in the corner there as you're folding it over. So you can see now how that's all going to take effect. And then again, do it on the bottom. And again on that side. And then on these ones as well. Okay, so that is what you want, and you can just see there how they've all burnished into place. So do that on both pieces, so you'll now have two like this. And then what we want to do, so I'll pop that to one side and I'll just show you what we're going to put inside, or what I've done. So I picked up this from a shop called China Blue in Totnes in Devon, back in the UK, and it's called Christmas in a Bottle. If I can come in there. There we go, Christmas in a bottle, and it is just so nice. As soon as you smell it, you just feel all Christmassy, so it's great. It's by Potpourri. They've got a website, so I'll pop that down in the blog, and it just tells you obviously how to use it. But all I've done is every year I dry my own oranges. So these are some of them here. So I've just dried some oranges, and then I've also got these little wooden balls. Which you can then add your oil to. So I've just doused them in this here. And then also I have a bag of cinnamon sticks that I picked up from Walmart. So I'm just gonna take a couple, maybe just one actually, I might just snap that one. Yeah, just snap that one up. So this is all what's going to go inside, and it's just lovely. And you can obviously top these up with the oils if you need to, but this is pretty strong stuff, so I think I'm going to be okay. So that's everything ready there, so just pop that to one side. And then you just need to grab some tape and get the sides put together first. So This one's going to stick over here. Also, I should have mentioned that before, when you're doing your holes, bear in mind that your tab's going to sit over here. So it is just a small tab, and you can see there it's not touching any of the holes, so it's fine. So I'm just going to flip this one over, just run my tape along that one there. Again, just flip over that other one. Okay, so remove that backing, and you just want to sit this one down. You can do it the other way if you want, just lining up the score line of the tab to the edge of this piece here. Okay, if I flip that over there, you can see now that just joins up nicely there. And then fold that one over, and this one here, you're just going to stick that one on top. Oh, like so. Okay, so just bring this one over, and it should just all line up perfectly. Just make sure the score lines all meet, like so. Okay, that's what we got. So now, if you just pinch, put your finger and thumb at the top and the bottom, and just push each one in, you'll see your box there already starting to take shape. So turn it over so you've got your bottom facing up. Okay, so the end with the hole punches should be at the bottom. And just as I do with all these kind of boxes, you're going to stick down your two opposites first, and then bring the other two opposites across like so, and that will bring your box together. So I'm just going to grab some of my wet glue. This is just the Alina's Original Tacky Glue, which is perfect for the paper crafts. So you only need a little amount, just focus on the edges, like so, a little bit in the middle. So bring those two opposites across, and just make sure they sit perfectly on top of each other. So you've got a nice exact square. Just pop your finger on underneath there, just to make sure it's all nicely stuck down. And it's really quite quick, this stuff, so there we go. And then I'm going to again put a little bit more glue on the top of this one, like so, and then just bring, in fact I'm going to choose, oh, they both got exactly the same image. Okay, so it doesn't really matter, I was just going to say, not that you see the bottom anyway, but just to make sure I had something nice. Again, just stick that one down, and then, and this is only also, this paper is the Love Santa Do Crafts papers, which I absolutely love. Used nearly, well, no, I've still got a bit actually, but I want to use it all this Christmas, because next Christmas there'll be something else that I like. So, but it's just the paper. It's only 160 GSM. But whenever you're making these kind of 3D projects, because they're all folding in on themselves and things like that, there really makes it strong. So yeah, even when you've got thinner papers, it's okay. Flip this over, and then grab your ruler and just pop it inside, and just push down on that bottom square, like so. Okay, then on this I've just noticed I've got the lovely Santa just perfectly in the middle there, and it's almost, his hand is actually exactly where I've hole punched it, so it's almost going to look like he's holding on, so that's quite cool. So that's going to be my top one, that's going to be the last one I stick down. So these ones I'm just going to open up, and then I'm going to tip in. I don't really want to get this on my hands, so if anybody else has had the oils on their hands before, it does take a while even when you've washed them. So there you go, that's all inside. It smells so, so lovely. So now you just want to work your way around. So I'm going to bring the back one first and pop my ribbon. So I've just put a knot at the end there. Bring that one up. Then I'm going to bring one of the sides. And as you start to bring them all together, the box will all fall into place. And then again, the opposite one. Bring that one over. And then the last one, with little Santa holding it. Oh yeah, look, that looks so good. I love that. That's a pure accident. And there we go. Now, if you just wanted to keep this as a gift box, because it will work for that, don't do the holes, and add the Velcro like I did with the other one, and that'd be fine. But there you have it. My little hanging potpourri smelly thing. I don't know, that's not what my title will be. I'll find something else out. But I just think it's wonderful, and it just smells so nice. So I'm going to go and wave this around now in my living room and put it by the tree. So there you have it. So I'll share all the links to the larger one and to everything I've used today. Please hit the thumbs up if you did enjoy today's tutorial and subscribe to my channel to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye.